Next thing I want to talk about, for example, when I get to this stage, when I get this sound, put it together like this, with percussions, for example, hi-hat, and all this kind of stuff. When I get to this stage where I produce music, I do the mastering. I do it the opposite way like everybody else, because everybody else is doing the loop, then they create the song, then create the mix, and then they do the mastering. I prefer to do the mastering early in the stage just because the mastering always bring up some frequencies you don't know where they are, or even if you compress just the kick drum in the mastering stage, you learn that you have compressed the kick too much, so you go back and everything else. So I prefer to do the mastering, break everything up, make it loud, and then go back and repair the things that mastering have bring it out. For the mastering, I use the Universal Audio stuff, like Cambridge equalizer to flat out all the frequencies. Then I use this stereo tool from Flux, I think. Yeah, they're Flux. It's free, just to widen up all the stereo spectre. I love the Fatso Senior. I love it, especially when you put on the Senior and you cut off the frequencies so you go to the low pass filter with the 240 Hertz, so it will not compress under this frequency. You get a really clear low end. Then this is my main secret for the mastering. It will be no secret anymore, but okay. A thing I learned from Bob Rock in the interview about his producing a Metallica album, the Black Album. He was talking about 200 Hertz and how he deep with the Pultec equalizer on the 200 Hertz to get all the music more space, because it's the 200 Hertz is the most annoying frequency and it uses most dynamic range, dynamic space in the frequency field. So he always cut off in the 200 Hertz, and once I tried this, you must try it, but it doesn't work with all the equalizers. You must find a good equalizer that will do this, and this Pultec from Universal Audio is doing really good. Then I use this enhancer for the high frequencies, and at the end the maximizer to get it to the loudest level possible. It's not a big secret, but a lot of people don't understand the mastering stage. If you understand the mastering stage, you can do it my way. So do the mastering and then go back to repair the stuff. A lot of people also do the mix and think that the mastering will create that magic sound they are looking for. It's not so simple. There is no magic black box where you go with 2 inputs and 1 output, or a magic plugin where you can create your sound. On each channel, 1% on each channel can create this 100% sound at the end. It's very important to keep it on the all channels clear and working on each track separately and to bring it up to the final stage. The good job is so to produce a song that have certain amount of tracks, and each track can be manipulated very good and cut it up in every detail as much as possible to create the sound at the end. And the mastering stage is just gluing together everything. So as one engineer once said, if you make a bad mix or a bad song, the mastering will not do anything. Also, the very important thing is, if you have a bad song with a very good mix and a very good mastering, you will have a bad song that sounds good. That's very important. You must create also, the music is most important in the first place. I know we are talking about electronic music, but it's all come out from the music. You know, the band was creating the music in the garage and then they bring it to the studio. So you must be one guy that create everything, also the music. Don't just put the loops together and hope for the best. As you can see, I have a very low level on the mastering input because I love to have a lot of headroom on the mastering stage. Then we go on the Cambridge equalizer to spice it up on the high frequencies especially, and low cut some low end frequencies. But it's not always, a lot of people asking me for presets or something like that. It's not something you can do with the preset. You must listen to your music, what you are doing, and from that you can create your own mastering chain, you know. Then we have this stereo tool. If it's bypassed, you cannot hear it a lot, but once all the chain is turned on, you can hear the stuff. Then we have the fatso. This you can hear it. And then we have this Pultec. You can hear how it on the 200 hertz it gets from the nozzle sound, it disappears and it becomes fresh because of all the setup. Then we go to the high frequency enhancer, and at the end I bring everything up with this ultra maximizer from UAD that brings the level up. This is the main stage. I prefer to have it low, and then when you turn it on, it brings all the frequencies up, but it brings everything up. So you have also more room in the mixing stage to manipulate the sound. And now if we bypass the entire mastering chain and listen to the track. And then we make it active. The very important thing is to learn to listen what you hear, not just the loudness of the track or just the stereo spectre or just the frequencies. Everything together is important. One thing that a lot of people don't understand in music production, they always look about the levels, about the panning, about the ambiances, but they don't think about the time. The time is very important. I heard a lot of stuff that have different shuffles in it and it just doesn't work out, or they have a kick drum and the other sound that is supposed to be on the kick drum, but it's 1 millisecond late, so it produced that crunchy sound, and they try to fix this with the compressor. But if you go to the edits, with small edits you can do a lot of things, a lot of minor movements of the samples, or moving of the, I don't know, the swing, or even with the attack of the compressor you can repair stuff. But think about the sound as a moving thing in time. You always think about not just the normal 16 or 8s of the rhythmical patterns, but also in milliseconds where you can put things together, what can bring together, because a lot of times you will get, if you put two different percussions together, you will get the third sound percussion that you can't create it otherwise, other than combining them together.